Good evening, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. August 13th, 2020. Still in the middle of the pandemic, and obviously still in the middle of summer. I'm going to continue on what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. Basically, I got a fridge full of a variety of beers, so I'm just going to reach in, grab one, not knowing what I'm going to get, and we'll go from there. So, let's hit the fridge. Alright. I got a bottle, I know that much. Last couple of times I've done that, it's always been a can. So we'll zoom in so you can see it before I have a look, and then I'll read the label and see what kind of information I can get. Firecatcher. I'm not sure where it's from or what style of beer, but hopefully we can read the label and get some information. Alright, so Wychwood Brewing, which I believe is in the UK. Firecatcher, 3.5% alcohol, so it's a little bit lower than usual. A golden beer, which doesn't really tell me a lot. Pale, crisp, and lightly aromatic. Firecatcher brings together the best of British barley and wheat. Warming hints of honeyed nectar spark the intense and sharp gooseberry flames for a light and pleasing quenching beer. Catch one and put out the fire. It says Brewers of Character. And this is the same brewery that does Hobgoblin, which is Wychwood Brewing, out of the UK, and product of England. That's about all the information. So it doesn't say if it's pale or lager, but from the description, I'm going to say it's an ale. So I'm pretty confident in that. Give my glass a quick cold water rinse as per usual. Crack it open and see what we got. Trying to give my glass a quick cold water rinse. It always ends up a little drop in the bottom. I want to get as much out of there as I can. You know, you want to rinse your glass just to cool it down, get rid of any dust, but you don't want to leave too much water in the bottom. So you just shake it out. So a nice golden color. You can smell it from here. As I said, I'm assuming it's an ale. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's definitely an ale from the taste. The smell of it kind of reminded me of a lager, but the taste itself is definitely an ale. So I'm pretty confident to say it's an ale. Coming out of the UK as well, that kind of, for me, I could be wrong, but more inclined to have a ale than a lager come out of the UK. But with that being said, I'm just going to do a quick Google search just to see if I can get anything here. Firecracker, let's try beer. Firecracker beer, let's see what they say. There's actually a couple there of Firecracker beers. I'm trying to find. Wow, I can't even find this one. What did I say the name? I'll put the brewery in and see what happens. Alright. Blonde ale, golden ale. Pretty confident it's an ale. There you go. Now we know, which is pretty well what I expected. Not to beat around the bush, I like all beers, but I'm definitely more of a lager guy. However, it's been a long, hot day. This is actually going on pretty good. My ratings, as per usual, out of 5. One is being a drain pour. Don't like it. Not even going to finish it. I'm going to pour it down the drain, as the name implies. The 2 is like, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I don't want to waste a beer, so I'll finish. That happens quite a bit. Not one to waste a beer. A 3 is a good beer. A 4 would be a very good beer. And a 5 would be the best beer ever. With that being said, this one, right away, I would say, offhand, not final, but I would say a 3 or a 3.5. A couple more sips and you all know what I want to give it. As I said, it's not a bad beer, but I don't think it's something I'd go out of my way for. If I had it, somebody gave me one, by all means I'd drink it, but I don't think it's one of those things like, oh my god, I can't wait to get another. Got to go to the store and pick a couple up. If I seen it again, I might grab it, but maybe not as well. So to give it a rating, it's not a bad drinking beer. It's fairly easy drinking. I find ales are a little bit more filling than a lager. Obviously, ales have a lot more, for the most part, they have a lot more, I want to say flavor, but they're more complex. Ale is normally, clean, crisp, refreshing, whereby ales are normally a little bit more complex. On a hot summer day, in the heat, for me, it would be definitely a lager over an ale. Not saying it, but sitting in a pub listening to some music, having a chat, for me an ale that's the type of time for an ale. Still debating between 3 and 3.5. I think I'm going to stick with 3.0. Basically means it's a good beer. Nothing wrong with it by any means. A 3 for me is an average rating. It's a beer. I'm enjoying it. I definitely have another, but it's not, as I mentioned, it's not something I'd like, oh my god, I can't wait to have another. But it's not a bad beer by any means. And so if you get a chance to pick one up, do so. Make a comment. Let me know what you think. Am I out to lunch at my 3.0, or am I too high? Am I too low? I'd love to know your thoughts. So once again, for the Firecatcher Golden Beer, W-Y-C-H Wood. Wychwood Brewing out of the UK. I'm going to give it a 3.0. Hopefully you can join me next week. I still got a fridge full of beer, so I'll probably do the same thing again. Hopefully everybody's doing well in the pandemic, taking care of themselves, their family, washing their hands, and all that fun stuff. Together we can get through it. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.